Wow, 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 wow. What a day it was, guys. What a day. Is this the day? That was brutal. That was absolutely brutal, guys. Um, we had the expected move. I showed you guys what to expect coming into today. I did see, based on option pricing and volatility, I could see exactly there were a big move anticipated for today. But honestly, I don't I don't think I anticipated the move being done this dramatically. Even though, I mean, I guess experiencing the move throughout the day is different than just watching the move, working intraday. That was, I mean, you could say it was beautiful if you're somebody who bought short and you were day trading and whatever. But if you were not, this was painful. And based on what we're seeing, we might have more pain coming. I want to be honest with you guys and just prepare you guys. Again, I say we might. We're gonna dig into the chart and see exactly what's going on. As you guys know here, welcome. By the way, welcome once again. Anything I'm going to say here. I know you guys. Some of you guys are really scared and whatever. I just want to let you guys know. Anything I say here is not any suggestions for you guys to buy, hold, or sell anything. Please remember to trade carefully, do your own research, do your own due diligence. Everything I'm doing here is for educational purposes. I'm reading the chart and trying to translate things to you guys. If you don't know what you're doing, I suggest that you contact a financial advisor and understand trading does has some downside to it, including loss of capital. So trade responsibly and at your own risk. I have to put that disclaimer out because a lot of people are getting very, very scared right now. And when you get emotional and you get scared, this is how people get taken. All right, this is how people get taken. But we're going to go into the chart, and I'm going to try to decipher what I'm seeing for you guys. So that way, hopefully we get rid of that fear. I'm gonna give people a couple of minutes to get in. Just 'cause I know, because a couple of people typically gets in a little later. But man, oh man, Oli, you know what? um, right now, what I'm gonna let me just share my screen. I want to show you guys something. There's a few things that happens today that really shut the market down. Right. First of all, we had the numbers came out. Layoffs or firing in January hit the highest levels in nearly 20 years. Let me repeat that again. Layoffs this past month hits the highest levels in nearly 20 years. This is at a time when things are getting more expensive. We have inflation. Inflation is still here, right? Your credit card debt is getting more expensive because interest rates still remaining high. You cannot afford anything. Everything's getting more expensive. And on top of that, more people are getting laid off. And while people are getting laid off, you could say, well, since people are getting laid off, maybe food prices will come down, things like that. They not. Why? Because we have tariffs on everything, right? Regardless of however you feel about that politically, the fact is tariffs is inflationary because tariffs is actually passed on to the consumer. Companies absorb the cost, and it's an import tax, right? And if a company is buying something, they used to buy it at $1.50, right? And they sell it, just example, hypothetically, they sell it for $10, right? So now that they buy it, and you could say, okay, they're making X amount, but if you take out, cost of goods sold and all these things into it, so it's not really the full profit, right? Let's say now they are paying an extra dollar for it. Do you think they're just gonna let that eat into their margin? No, they won't. As a matter of fact, you had companies like Walmart, um, and some other companies on their earning calls that was already telling us, hey, we are pretty much going to pass on that cost to consumers. We're not going to absorb it, we're going to pass it. There are a couple of companies, I don't want to name their names, that actually said it was a great opportunity for them to increase their cost even higher than what the supposed tariffs were going to be. So that's the game that's being played. And I saw the numbers today. I mean, it looked bad, guys. It looks really bad. Now, This is just the jobs they are cutting right now before the major layoffs. All right, we having major layoffs announced because of AI, and I'm talking about white collar jobs. Now we have. I was watching a research today. I should have had that on for you guys so you guys can see it. We actually now have robots that can run electrical wires. They can do wiring. That's the kind of jobs we all thought were would be safe. Like, hey, handyman, all these things would be safe. No, there's pretty much an AI that can do pretty much almost anything. They're just not releasing everything yet, but we are getting there. So again, my advice to you guys, and this is why I like trading. It doesn't matter what happens or any of that stuff that's going on. Trading, you your own boss. Your mental, your plan, your trading plan, your discipline going to determine whether or not you can be successful. So I advise you guys to keep learning, keep at it, stay with it. So that way, if that day does come when they say, hey, so and so, we no longer need your services. You know what I mean? You guys can still feed yourselves. Would you say we entered a bear territory? No, not even close. It was painful, but it was not even close. This is not bear territory. It's not bear territory. When we're talking about we're in a bear market, that's when the market is actually down at least 20%. I don't think we've pulled back 5%. We're going anyway. We're gonna jump into it. The first thing I'm going to share with you guys right here. By the way, if you guys are here, I know it's somber, but please give me that thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Share the video with other people. I would appreciate that. Help the channel to grow. The algorithm will pick that up and start pushing out those videos. So what we're looking at is a map of what's going on in the market. Right? As soon as you look, you can see the big guys, the Microsoft, Oracle, Google, Meta, Amazon, Tesla. So the big guys are the ones that are getting hammered, right? That's the growth companies, right? And it's not because they are not profitable, they just getting hammered. And if you look around, there's a couple of things that's like the sort of like the semiconductors that's doing a bit okay. You can say they doing okay. There was a few of them that was actually green, and so that's why we didn't go down even further. If you look at Google, yesterday Google reported they reported great numbers. They killed it, and the stock still did not really go up. These are recipes for disaster. When you get into an environment when profitable companies are reporting they're having good news and they still can't bounce, that lets you know everything you need to know. That means institutions are dumping. All right. This is why it can, because I can tell you, most retail traders will see, hey, Google killed their earnings. That means it's time to go. But institutions like to sell on good news. They already bought at the low, it's at the high, and now they are taking advantage and dumping stock. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys real quick the trade that's currently working right now. What I'm looking at is more like healthcare. Which industry is that? You talking about like more like healthcare, small cap, but mid cap mostly, not really small cap. But the tech sector is pretty much getting clobbered today, completely smashed. All right, that's what we are looking at. And then there's one more thing that I'm seeing that really makes me a little bit uncomfortable. Is when I start seeing defense companies start to warn. When we have tension rising, the stock market is selling off, and slowly but surely you start having the Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Raytheon. You start seeing those companies start going up. A lot of times it's because there's something on the horizon. All right. Anyway, let's get back into the chart. The chart, guys. I wanted to share this with you guys so you guys can have a picture of what the market is looking like. So there is always something going around. There's always a possibility for us to go a little bit higher in some sort of sector. You just got to go out and find it. Now, what we are looking at again, yesterday we had those levels say, hey, we were right in the middle here, in the middle of that range. So we went down to this range. That is all we did. And I remember yesterday I was telling you guys, and I'm gonna go over the SPY. I just wanted to start with the SPX. They both the S&P 500, but the SPX is cleaner. There's less drawing on it, so I wanted to start there. So as of right now, as you can see, this level of support is still holding. All right, so you could say maybe we'll breathe. All right, maybe, but we'll see exactly what is happening. That was the first level that I had. I say, hey, this is a strong support level. This zone needs to hold. So far, it is holding. Again, so far, right? Again, so we take a quick look at what's going on right here. This does not look good. That's the daily. We are pointing straight down as if we're about to take not even an escalator. I'm talking about like a malfunctioning elevator or just free falling. All right, that's what this looked like. Almost like jumping out of a window, just free falling. This is looking horrible. More important than ever, following your process is going to save you. All right. I could personally tell you guys that I have made mistakes over the past couple of days, personally, where things I should have gotten out of a little earlier that I didn't. And guess what happens? That the market does not is not kind. The market does not is not going to say, you know what, typically you stick to your guns and you follow everything and whatever. Even if it's just that one play, it wasn't a bunch of plays. It was one play I already took profit on and whatever, and I just kept one. And I saw what happens to it. So two things come into play with that. One, let me just even get out of the chart. So the first thing I'm going to tell you guys. One, it's okay to make mistakes, but this is why you review your accounts, you review your trade, and you see where you can improve and how you can improve. All right, so that's number one. All right, number two, I could say, hey, you know what? The initial trigger of that trade was great. I sold most of the trade right at the top. I did good. However, I kept just one contract, right? I kept just one contract to say, okay, if it wants, I'm just gonna let that one. And I made one crucial mistake. I did not sell that contract early enough. All right. I'm very transparent with that. When I make mistakes, I will let you guys know that. I keep telling everybody, you never perfect trading to the point where you never make a mistake. All right, it's going to happen. This is why it's important to journal or just review your trades. Right, review your trades, review your entry, see how you can improve where you made mistakes. That's how you get better. It's continuous learning. You have to practice it over and over and over and over. All right. So anyway, just getting right back into the chart, guys. This is looking like it is dying. All right. So when those things happen, sometimes that's how we finally get an actual chance for us to actually have a bounce. We might have a dead count bounce here. We're going to see what happens tomorrow. As of right now, it doesn't look good because Amazon just reported, and it's like Amazon just triggered something because Amazon missed earnings for the first time in a long time. They missed earnings, not revenue, but earnings. So we're going to see how that plays out because everything is dying right now. But we'll see if there's a rebound that happens. Since the likes, we have almost everything is at support level. So we'll see if some good news come out that helps push the market up. Because while Amazon's going down, Apple's still looking okay. Google actually rebound after the big drop it did, but after hours looks bloody. It looks really bad, guys. I'm gonna be completely honest with you and be straightforward. It looks really bad. So again, what exactly are we looking at if we go straight into 4 hours? So the 4 hours, what I have here, so you guys could see. This is the 4 hours. This line, that is the 200-day moving average in the 4 hours. So we are literally sitting and hitting the 200-day moving average in the 4 hours. We don't want to lose that. We don't want to lose that. All right. That's the 4 hours. If we go in the 2 hours, the 2 hours actually already give that up. So that spells trouble. All right, you guys could see that. That spells trouble. So that's what I when I was telling you guys, okay, we did this. There was a possibility that we might actually pop right back up. Let me just delete that and move this. We had the possibility that we might pop back up because that trend line held, but we actually got below it. That's what got us today. We got below that trend line, and that's what pretty much took us down. And if you look at that, this ended up playing it as a perfect double tap, or you could say it was a bear flag, as I said. So we had the possibility of a push, but we could not ignore the bear flag as well. So that's what ended up winning out. The bear flag actually went out. Remember when I was talking yesterday, I was talking to you guys about the path of least resistance. So this was going down was the path of least resistance. Right now, if you had to make a call to say what is the path of least resistance for the stock market, it would have been a possible either a gap down below this level or a push back up. All right, that's the path of least resistance. It's two of them: a gap down or push back up. That's the way you gotta look at that. Anyway, let's go we go in the 2 hours. Once again, we saw it. So that's what it did right here. Couldn't really just have a fair fight. It just got down. It just jumped it. So that's why we lost that. If I go in the 30 minutes almost seems like it's doing what? Gonna repeat the same thing again. Possibility of a double bottom. At the same time, we also cannot ignore possibility of a bear flag. All right, so we have to take everything into account and be honest with what's going on. All right, we have to be honest with that and see exactly what is going on. Um, so I want to go in the SPY with you guys now. So that was the SPX. Most of you guys should SPY. This is the reason I went into the SPX. All right, because the SPX is a lot cleaner. What did I give you guys yesterday as far as expected move? I told you guys to put those on your charts, right? There you go. That was this range. I'm gonna put that in red so it could show. Let me just delete that for now and delete this for now. And I had to give you guys that up there because I was telling you guys what I was seeing was a possible $7 to $9 move coming into tomorrow. You can go back and check the thumbnail. You're gonna see the thumbnail where I'm saying big move expected, right? Big move expected. So you guys can see exactly what is going on right here. Once again, we are not looking good. We're gonna dig down and see if there's any hope, right? I know there's a lot going on here. Just going to remove all of that stuff because there's a lot going on here. And I'm gonna remove the 200-day moving average. Okay. Now we have a bit of a possibility for a pop. Why do we have that? Because if I do a downward trend line, which would almost give me some sort of a fallen wedge, you can see support will be holding. All right, so that's what we had here. This low connecting with this low. So there's different ways of drawing your trend line. So that means it's right here. That's where we came. Right here we have that bounce. What we would expect tomorrow, again, in normal circumstances, what we would expect tomorrow is a bounce right at this level, right? A bounce at this level, we would have that, and maybe we go back down. That's what would be normal. But as of right now, we have the MACD. The MACD just entered bearish territory again. Like a negative territory, and that's a bearish divergence. All right. I've been trying to prepare you guys. I've been trying to prepare you guys for a long time, letting you guys know the market is unstable. The market is unstable. We are at all-time high. We don't have the momentum to push through. The market is unstable. Now, here's the funny thing. What I'm doing all that is the funny thing I'm gonna tell you guys. Is there an opportunity to be had? All right. So this is the big question. Is there an opportunity to be had when you're looking at things in the market? I think there's already some opportunities, right? And I think there's going to be more. Why? There are certain stocks that are already so low, right? Those stocks are already so low that if they are prime, maybe not something in the short term because we don't know how things are going to go. We have a lot of headwinds, but maybe if you're an investor, something you're buying for 5, 10 years, not a bad idea to buy. Again, what I'm saying is like, okay, that's what I would do. Let me not say that bad idea to bad because I don't want to make you guys think I'm telling you to buy. So for example, if you looked at stocks 2, 3 months ago and you thought that, hey, you know what, I missed them and whatever. Okay, you missed them. But what about now when they down 50%? They are lower than where you said you missed it. If you're investing, why is it not a good buy right now? What changed? Again, if it's not, what I would do when I'm trading is that okay, if I want to do lip calls on that, why am I not buying that? It's cheaper than when I miss the move. Did the narrative change? All right, more competition, lawsuits, whatever it may be, less profit, more debt. Maybe there was a product rollout that happened that was bad. Whatever it is, find a narrative. But if nothing changed, it's just that hey, the current market condition have the entire stock market go down. So if I can find a profitable company that's making increasing revenue and increasing profit, and it's at a 40, 50% discount, yes, I'm buying that. Yes, I am definitely buying that. That's the way I trade. That's the way that I do it. And whatever. I'm not telling you to do it that way, but that is my way. And when I'm doing that, I would go about 5 to 10% out of the money calls, and I'll just buy leap calls. Just hold them. You might have to sit in them for a couple months. Make sure it's not money you need to use tomorrow or next month, and just sit there and wait. That's you know what I mean. Like that's the way I play it. Anyway, going back right into the chart. This is the 30 minutes. Doesn't look good. We're looking at the MACD. MACD is way down there in negative territory. Although it seems like we're having a bit of a bounce. Excuse me, doing a bit of a morning star right at that support level. So we'll see how that plays out. As of right now, again, after hours, as of right now, it doesn't look good. The SPY is a little better, but the Qs, the Nasdaq is dying, guys. The Nasdaq is in major, 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 major trouble. All right, major trouble. Anyway, let me just take a quick look at the Qs so we can see exactly what's going on there. So, based on the process that we follow, today the Qs confirms the move. That move has been confirmed. That's what the Qs did today. Confirms it. Why am I saying confirming it? Because why? It closed below. This candle was the breakout candle. This one closed lower and closed below support. And this is my fear of that is the fact that it did not came and touch this level to find support. It never got that low. All right. It never actually went down low. It found some support level right in this area here. Found some support level, meaning we can drop another $8 tomorrow easily, $8, $10 tomorrow in the queues. That would not be surprising if we drop in another 8 to 10 points. I say dollars. I made points. That would not be crazy. And once again, you look at the if I'm taking a look at the MACD, this is what the MACD is doing. The MACD is telling us, hey, there is strong momentum. Look at the selling. That is heavy. This is not retail traders selling, guys. These are the things I'm telling you. You have to look at the selling profile, right? The volume profile. When you look at the volume profile, you guys can clearly see the selling is too heavy for that to have been retail traders. So let me show you guys exactly what those guys did today. This is nasty work. This is nasty work. What they did today to retail traders, right? Look at that. First 15 minutes of the market. Look at all this buying, pushing it up, all this buying, right? And right when you think, and then it closes above that, right? It closed above. And right when you think it's going to go, they dumped it. Now, here's my question for you guys, right? How exactly, for those of you when I told you guys, at least do not trade the first 15 minutes. So if you trade the first 15 minutes, all right, now class is in session. I'm about to give you guys a little free class right now, okay? So let's say you actually listened to me yesterday. You say, you know what? Hey, Coach Lord say do not trade the first 15 minutes. Therefore, I am not trading the first 15 minutes. So okay, no problem. You do not trade the first 15 minutes. So that pretty much gives you this range. So how exactly did you get trapped there? There's two reasons why you should not be trapped there. All right. First of all, we never had a candle close above the 15-minute range. The range was big, but we never had a candle close above it. All right. That's number one. Number two, this is our structure. We close above the structure, but guess what? We never had. We never had, in other terms, continuation or acceptance, right? Continuation, acceptance, or confirmation. Meaning, same thing, a candle that is closed higher. All right? We never had a candle close higher than this candle. Therefore, there was no trade to be had on the way up. But some people did, and they got trapped. And if you got trapped up there, I feel really bad for you. If you didn't have a stop loss on, you got trapped up there. I feel bad for you because the way this move made so quick and so violent, it's crazy. Now, this is what I was talking to you guys about. We're possibly going down there tomorrow. As a matter of fact, after hours, we already went way down there. All right, let me show you what I was talking about. I was saying I think we might go down this way. All right, because again, we still have room right in between this range because now we're back trading inside of that range. So that means there's some minor level support here, but most likely we're gonna go down to this level. And if we go back again to the 30 minutes, you guys could see after the market closed, we actually did already push down that way. We already there. All right. So two things could happen with that. That might already set us up in a better situation to get an actual bounce, right? That could be a setup. That could be something that might happen, or maybe the selling pressure might be so great that it pushes us down. All right, so we have to wait and see how the price action works tomorrow. That's what we're gonna have to do. Anyway, guys, I know I'm coming down with something. I just wanted to come on, talk to you guys a little bit. Again, if you are here, thank you for being here. Make sure to like and subscribe. And before I go, I'm not going to leave you guys out on a limb. I'm going to go and take a quick look at crypto for you guys. Some of you guys, maybe I don't know. Maybe some of you guys want me to cover crypto today. Maybe some don't because that actually this is traumatic for you. If it is, I am sorry, guys, but I just want to let you guys know Bitcoin actually did went and close below the level. Bitcoin actually did. Remember when I was talking to you guys, I was saying, hey, we might go all the way down to like the 40s. And I'm gonna let you do your own research. There are certain news going around about who potentially started Bitcoin. Um, and that's really throwing some cold water on some stuff. I don't know if that is true. That's why I'm not naming them. I'm not saying exactly what the news is. You can do your own research, but there's something being floated around about who was behind starting Bitcoin. And it is not good. If it is in fact true, it is not good. I'm being completely freaking honest with you guys. But this is where we are. Hopefully we can bounce. It seems like we're getting a bit of a bounce. We were already down to actually Bitcoin got to as low as 60. When's the last time we saw Bitcoin at 60? Oh, well, I guess before the one. October 20, that was October 24th. Wow. That was over a year ago since we've been at this level. And this is literally where we are now. And as I'm saying again, I don't know. I really don't know what could pull us back beside too much shorting, where we have a short squeeze and trigger some short covering that might push it up. But I think that would probably be short lived. And a lot of people who got trapped at the higher prices, those people will be staying up there just dumping it. All right, taking that advantage to get out. And news also came out. This is why it's so bad. When we started seeing the big guys came in and taking over Bitcoin, I'm gonna talk to you guys directly. The reason I always thought it was so bad is once you have institutions getting in control of things like Bitcoin and whatever, these things get manipulated. We see the stock market. I'm gonna be blunt. You guys know how I am, right? We see the stock market. We see how those guys take it up, take it down, make it go sideways, and all kind of crazy stuff whenever they want. That's what just happened. I think BlackRock triggered a sell by selling nearly $500 million worth of Bitcoin. It seems like that was the trigger. That triggered a domino effect where people that was over leveraged because of the quick drop, their stop loss got taken out, so they got liquidated, which means that things are going down, and then the system has some bugs in it that there are some Bitcoin platform have bugs in them where well crypto platform have bugs in them where if the crypto market has dropped a certain percentage, they automatically trigger sell orders for a lot of accounts, even though that account was not actually in a drawdown or in a margin call. It's an automatic bug that it triggers it and it sells it off. All of those things, trust me, those guys know them. I've watched CNBC. I watched them discuss these things on CNBC, saying how it's so bad, but they keep triggering them, right? So what does that tell you? They know what they are doing. All right. So you hold Bitcoin. I can tell you to buy. I can tell you to sell. I can tell you to hold. All I would tell you is keep an eye out and make sure that you are paying attention and know exactly what's happening. That being said, guys, if you're part of the community, please go join me on the on Teams. I will be live shortly so we can review a couple of things. Thank you for tuning in. Take care, guys. Have a good night. I will see you guys tomorrow. Again, remember tomorrow, be patient, follow the process. Just really be patient. Try not trading in the first 5 minutes. And if you want to wait first 15 minutes, wait for a breakout. Either way, don't rush into anything. Take your time, follow your trading plan, follow your process. Don't get FOMO. All right, there will be entries. All right, take care, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.